Maybe. Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the Maybe Yes Sir podcast. Today we welcome in Charlie Boyechko. Charlie's a former Saskatchewan amateur champion and two-time runner-up at the Manitoba Amateur. He's currently down in Arizona playing the Asher Tour. Charlie Boyechko, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, Brian, thanks for having me. That's some good digging there, the Sask.
The Sask 2015, is that right?
Yeah, so we can get into that later, but that was a wild time for me, 2015.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that a little bit later. I do have a few rapid fire questions for you just to start. So let's get into that. I hear you're a karaoke guy. What's your go-to karaoke song?
So that's pretty new. I'll kind of, I know it's supposed to be rapid fire. I'll just be brief. So I listen to like so much music. That's kind of one of my big three things is music. All my friends growing up were very musical. I wasn't. Like, I was quiet and just sat and watched. But earlier I kind of realized my voice was fine. And then this summer I started getting a little more energy and my Bluetooth would often disconnect. So in the car I just record myself being an idiot. And I can match some of these guys. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's fun. So I only go up a handful of times. I went up, the last time I went up was recently. I was in Phoenix and they have this thing called emo karaoke night. Yeah. So I'm like trying to work up the courage to go do that because it's like a live band and like the guys up there are pretty legit. But yeah, as far as like my go-to, I can do whatever. Like my favorite is like Chris Cornell. So like any Soundgarden or Audio Slave would be sweet. I can do Bon Jovi. Like Bon Jovi's for the fans. That's for them, not me.
Right.
But Alice in Chains too. Alice in
Chains. That's good. Oh, yeah. I grew up in that era, right? I was in high school in the mid '90s, so I grew up in the grunge era. Yeah, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam.
Yeah, that's my favorite. So you know what? I have a real problem with like staying on topic. I know you wanted to do rapid fire, but I love Seattle too. That's like my like that sound was kind of my bread and butter. And when I was traveling, the amount of times I drive like through like Washington to get to British Columbia.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So to get from where I am in Phoenix to British Columbia, I'd often split the drive up either in like California and then I'd drive through Washington. And one time it was relatively late and I'm like Cobain's from here. I saw a sign for Aberdeen, like, let's go check out the bridge. And it was late. Yeah. It was like 11 at night. Yeah. So I did. And it was pretty weird. Like I was struggling personally at that time. So few homeless people, lots of graffiti and litter, but it was really cool. So yeah, anyways, let's keep going. I'll be quicker with the next question.
Okay. Golf related. What's the best golf course in Manitoba?
Southwood. Yeah. I mean, I am biased, but as far as layout, like I have the most fun there.
Yeah.
Southwood.
Most overrated course in Manitoba.
This might get me in a lot of hot water, and it is completely personal. It's Naqua.
Player you enjoyed beating the most during your Manitoba amateur days?
Josh Whitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
turned pro. It happened maybe once. Yeah. So.
But that was most enjoyable that one time?
Oh yeah, the one time it happened, yeah.
What tournament was it?
Oh, like there was we were college teammates, right? So there was a few years there where I had the better of him in college. But as far as duration, that guy had the most pop out of all the Manitoba guys. So
yeah,
he was a great guy to be around for just pure talent.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Charlie, you've been good enough to join the pod. Want to discuss your journey a little bit, which includes turning pro in 2016. Right. But then you had to step away in 2019 and you're working your way back. You're working your way back into competitive golf. So for the people who don't necessarily know your story, maybe just talk about turning pro in 2016 and then stepping away and getting back into it now.
Right. So that was it wasn't a lifelong goal to be a professional golfer. I liked other sports growing up, like hockey, but then hitting came in and I was just a little guy. So that kind of ended that. Baseball, like I preferred baseball. I still prefer baseball, but golf, I just kind of had a knack for ball striking, hitting the ball, and it was individual, so not exactly a team player. And being a weird guy, I think going to the range makes more sense than being social, but then golf kind of teaches it how to be social too. So that's why golf is very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just the people I've met and whatnot. But yeah, in 2016, I turned pro, which was a huge mistake, like at the time. Like
Oh,
going from like being from Winnipeg, you're in such a small pond, like,
yeah.
and everyone who does it, who comes from Winnipeg, so naive to like what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just used what Jack Nicklaus always said: you got to be the best in your state, you got to contend in a pro event as an am, and then you need
Yeah.
to shoot the score. So my handicap was good enough. I won the provincial am in Saskatchewan, but it like kind of didn't count because the course changed the rules for like hazards, because like everything was bush, but then they made it red, and I had
Oh,
like
yeah.
some pretty bad yips at the time, so I was hitting foul balls,
Yeah.
and I would just drop it down the fairway and make bogey or par instead of
Right.
making double or whatever. So I won that tournament by one and had no golf game. Like it started in
Really?
2015. Yeah.
No
And I mean,
kidding.
I was still capable of shooting good scores, but
Yeah.
I felt lost. So like I said, it was kind of a mistake to pursue it, but deep down I knew it was in there. So I thought if I fought really hard and worked hard on my game, I would get there. So the year before, so 2015 was pretty instrumental for like my choice to do that. You mentioned two runner-ups in the Manitoba Am. I thought I had three, but I guess the one year I finished third because I kind of messed up the last couple of holes. The year Derek East won, he won by a bunch, but I thought I
Yeah.
was kind of right there for most of the tournament. The year before, I think it was at Glendale. So I wasn't a great player then, but that was the year I started breaking par regularly. And I kind of came out of nowhere. I had a massive lead with like four to play, and I just completely fucked it up. Like it was
Oh,
so bad and so traumatic. Like
yeah.
I struggled with that for a long time.
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah, one of the other one, the year before, I think 2014 was the year I kind of thought I was going to win. And then Todd Fanning decided to try and beat me by a bit. So,
Right.
uh, anyways, I kind of go off topic a lot. What were we talking about? Oh, 2015 and being instrumental. I played in the Canadian Am that year, or maybe the year before, whenever it was at Southwind, I was paired with Corey Connors, who's
Oh,
a
well.
household name now, right? Like he's
Mm-hmm.
pretty good, one of DI's guys.
Yeah.
And so he hit soft draws, and he was known for being the guy. Like he was the best player in the field. And I was
Uh-huh.
paired with him. Actually, I was paired with our group that week was like I didn't make the cut, but the first 2 days was like three guys that turned pro, and we all struck it very nicely. I think all of us hit like probably 14 or 15 greens each day, maybe
Right.
more.
Yeah.
But anyways, Corey hit soft draws, and he was kind of robot, very like quiet, calculated, super chill. Like obviously he's probably spinning on the inside, but like you can see it. And I was a very emotional guy, so
Uh-huh.
fiery. I hit low slices off the tee because I had some issues keeping it in play. And I hit a low, like heavy ball, whereas Corey was kind of like a soft, higher flight. So after the tournament, like I kind of wasn't great at scoring, still not great at scoring, but I realized that I had to change my flight if I wanted to do that. And seeing that was like the first thing. Like I don't know if he played the Masters yet, but he did the following year, and then I played with him after and asked him about it.
Okay. Yeah.
So getting exposed to a guy like that who's just already so talented, and you're like, oh, I can do that. Like
Right.
there's no difference in the makeup. It's more just his adds up to lower. So I had to figure out how to
How to
do
get.
that. So I turned pro kind of just on a whim, like hoping that I would figure it out, and I just never did. And then we can get more into like why I didn't figure it out. And like if we talked maybe 3 weeks ago when I was coming down here, it might have been more. I would have been a little more fired up and like motivated about what I was doing. The
Yeah.
last 3 weeks have been so difficult for me, like personally, just stuff back home. Kind of like why am I doing this? Questions I started asking myself,
Uh-huh.
and I haven't handled it great. So, yeah, in 2016, I turned pro, played for 3 years, bit yippy off the tee, but my ball striking numbers were great. Like the thing with the driver is it's like it doesn't touch the ground, right? You tee it up and it kind of just
Mm-hmm.
you catch it on the fly. So like if I have it on the ground, I would like pinch it and like use the
Yeah.
ground to like almost guide it. So I had like probably some of the best ball striking stuff despite having a yippy action because I was able to trap it. So I was really working hard on fixing that.
Right.
So I'd call it yips. It's not. It was just a flinch. Like my lower
Yeah.
body would stall out, and then my arms would throw at it, and I couldn't iron it out. We were using a pressure trace, and it was just the trace was just like all messed up compared to the guys who were on tour. So it really ate at me. I lost a lot of confidence. Again, I was already pretty depressed and anxious, so it didn't help my case. And then, yeah, something happened in 2019 and just completely changed my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what exactly was it?
Yeah, I can keep going. Yeah. So
in 2019?
So I was partying with a buddy. Like, it was just a casual, like we were having a couple of casual beers,
Mm-hmm.
nothing outrageous. I wasn't a big weed smoker, but
Yeah.
a joint was being passed around. Like in the past, if I was to smoke some weed, it was like faking. Like I wouldn't inhale.
Right.
I wanted to look cool in front of the people.
Yeah.
This time I took a massive hit because I was really struggling personally and like I just didn't care. And I actually passed out and had like a severe psychotic break. So what happened was I was drinking. I don't think that had anything to do with it because I only had like 2 beers. And then I smoked and I passed out. So when I came to, I was just incredibly paranoid. So if anyone who's messed around with cannabis or anything, like they kind of know, you start thinking a little crooked. Maybe you get paranoid, maybe you get whatever. So that was what happened to me. I thought they drugged me. Like I thought
Really? Okay.
there was something in my drink, and then I passed out, and then they whatever. But so I immediately went to the hospital for, just because I knew something was up, and they just thought I was too high, so they sent me back.
Yeah.
And I went into the hospital about 5 times in the next 2 weeks trying to like get some help. And each time they asked me if I was suicidal or if I had intentions of hurting people. And because you don't want to admit that, I said no each time. But then finally one morning I woke up and my thoughts were just getting more and more delusional. Like, here's the thing, like everything that happened to me, like I know it's kind of messed up, like the thoughts I had, but in my mind it was true, and like at the time. So I was hearing helicopters and sirens, and one morning I woke up. So I looked outside and I couldn't see anything. And then I'm like, oh, that means they've bugged my house. Like have you ever seen Goodfellas? There's that scene where he's on cocaine and he's like,
driving down the freeway looking for it.
He can't see it because they bugged his car. I think that's what happened. So I thought like somebody was messing with me, and like I went to the basement, tried to kill myself. I used some scissors and like cut myself pretty bad. So they took me to the hospital, and this time they admitted me because that's kind of messed up. But yeah, I spent 2 months in a psych ward, immediately was put on medication. At the time, I was actually very underweight. I want to say 130 pounds. So I've always been a slim guy, but, being in a bit of poverty at this level of golf, like I wasn't eating great, and I lost a lot of weight. So I was 130 pounds. I'm 6'2", or I tell people I'm 6'2", I'm actually 6'1". So in the hospital, I gained about 40 pounds just by taking pills. And like they were feeding me more to like put on some weight.
Yeah.
And the only reason I left there was because I said I was ready to leave. Like I should have been there longer. It was such a mess. Like my thoughts were so bad. And, I was in and out. I was in and out for about a 4-year stretch. Like I would do maybe a week at a time every now and then, just because it got bad. Suicidal ideation, just the dark place, So it had something to do with golf, very little. Most of it was inner turmoil and stuff that I was kind of repressing. So I uncovered a bit of that this year.
Good.
There was some trauma, and that's usually the case when you have like some stuff. And a lot of times when you repress it or you block it out, like you're just never willing to face it. And when I had this profound life experience, like psychosis kind of did it for me. It opened my eyes to a lot of things. And I was able to figure out why I was the way I was, and I've made some changes. So that's been 6 years, like, almost 7. 6 years since I've been on pills. I got off them last June.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of a weird experience. Like, so I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. I don't know if I qualify for that anymore. There was a time, like, definitely delusional. experienced psychotic symptoms for longer than 6 months. So I've kind of flipped through that like DSM-5 because I'm a curious guy.
Yeah.
And you realize that you'd probably qualify for like 200 of those things if you like really read up on it. So it's like, ooh, that's not a good idea. So
Sure.
if
Yeah.
you're experiencing mental crisis or whatever, like stay away from doing research on
Hmm.
yourself. Go see somebody because they know. I mean, they don't know you, but you can talk to them and they can figure it out.
Yeah.
Not to sound preachy, but I think that's good advice.
No, I think that's great advice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I have a guy. So I was appointed a shrink or a psychiatrist through the hospital. And
Mm-hmm.
I was a part of this like early psychosis program for years because COVID happened. When was that?
Right.
2020?
Yeah. So
So in 2020, I couldn't even like go to the doctor. I had to do everything online, kind of like this. I would like FaceTime or whatever,
that's tough.
which was fine. It was
Oh
fine
yeah.
though. Like I
Was
was at
it?
least
Okay.
talking to somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had a really good psychiatrist there. Um,
Hmm.
I've had about six. I've had about six of them, and two of them have been great. Four of them not so good.
Hmm.
So uh,
Yeah.
that's part of my motivation about some of the stuff I want to talk about is just how the system's kind of set up. Like again, I think everyone's heart's in the right place, but a lot of the time, once you get diagnosed with something, you kind of just go along with the narrative of what they know about the illness. They don't get to know the person or the symptoms.
Right.
Uh, so I've had two really good ones. That one in EPIS is what it's called. It was at HSC. He was the one that diagnosed me with schizophrenia about a few years in, and then he handed me off to a program called STEP at the
Okay.
HSC. And my experience there wasn't great, but I would
Uh-huh.
check in with them every 6 months,
That's
and
right.
they
Yeah.
managed my medication.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when I got off the pills, the doctor wasn't a fan of that. Said I was being a bit, yeah. She's like, I'm looking out for you. You're probably gonna relapse. And I said, well, I feel way better off them. I'm gonna
Hmm.
go with this. Like I know it's whatever, but I'm also seeing a performance coach who's also a psychiatrist
Okay.
on the
Yeah.
side. So I had two at once.
Yeah.
And he was the one, hey, like we got to try something here. And for you to get on this new medication, you got to get off the ones you're on.
Right.
So I kind of just locked myself in a room and just quit cold turkey. Like the antipsychotics were not that hard to get off. It was like the antidepressants. Like that took me all summer to knock those.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so then as soon as I got off them, I just started feeling so good. So they're like, that's gonna happen. A lot of the times you're gonna feel like more energy and whatever. And it hasn't gotten bad. Like
Awesome.
this happened in June, and I've had one instance of maybe thinking a little crooked, and it
Yeah.
was last week. Yeah, it was
Hmm.
last week at my second event of the Asher Tour schedule. So
Yeah.
I haven't been exactly in the best headspace down here, which is too bad, but I am learning a lot. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think that kind of goes over what happened to me
For sure.
and what I'm dealing with. Yeah.
So over those 4 years, you completely stepped away from golf, then I would imagine.
Well, that's actually not the case, man. Like, I mean, I was active, like I was still
Okay.
doing stuff.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital for 2 months, but they gave me passes and I would go to Tuxedo driving range.
Yeah.
So as soon as my wrist healed, there's a video of me swinging and I have like a big old like thing on my wrist. It's kind of rough to look at, but as soon as that healed, I went and hit balls. There's something so therapeutic about going to the driving range for me that
Hmm.
I'll never give that up. Even if I stop playing competitively, like
Yeah.
I need to grind. It's so important.
Yeah, and like you mentioned too, right? Golf's been so important to you in term with the friendships that you've made, and like the
Right,
the therapeutic side of it. When you step on the range or the putting green or golf
right.
course, do you feel at ease as opposed to anywhere
No,
else?
not at all.
No.
Not at all. No, no,
Okay.
it's pretty much always bad. But then I realized that we're all kind of just trying to figure it out. So when I started feeling good in June, I kind of stopped listening to everybody because
Hmm.
I was listening to doctors for 6 years. Just as a patient, that's kind of what you're taught to do. Just trust the doctors. I mean, I did research on this. I don't believe in that. I think if you read up on stuff, like you kind of get to cherry pick. Like data is data. Just there are people that know data. I would trust those guys. So you need to find somebody you trust. And luckily, I have one now. And, I still have a lot of turmoil, but I think everybody does. So
Hmm.
there's some comfort in knowing we're all kind of full of shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
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 you have kind of opened yourself up on social media. You're doing, I don't know if it's
Oh yeah,
daily posts or
every day,
like,
like 10 times a day. Yeah.
yeah.
So that,
Is it
yeah, go
hard?
ahead.
Is it hard doing that and staying away from the comments and not wanting to get into it with
Well,
people on there? Or
I mean, I've
what?
been lucky because I kind of address it head on. Like if somebody gives me grief, I kind of just like I'm pretty creative guy. Like I like to have fun in the comments. Like if
Hmm.
somebody comments on my golf swing, which I don't know, it looks fine and it flies straight, but there is like I do stall out and I throw my arms at it, so they call that flipping, which
Okay.
cool man, it's just a word you read on the internet. Like
Yeah.
we all release the club, like we all release it. Um and mine goes straight, so I don't really care. I kind of just make fun of people and
Yeah.
it's not poor intentions. Like I realize that these people just don't get it. Like none of the people commenting on YouTube are ever in a high performance state. I
Right.
might be the only one. And then even then I'm kind of at the like the bottom sector of it. So it's like
Uh-huh.
the motivation behind getting into social media was just to flex kind of some creativity muscles. I don't know
Yeah.
if that makes any sense. Uh, I had a chat with Derek Ingram in October or maybe September. He's very anti-social media,
Okay.
and especially for a player.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's kind of becoming an influencer with his tour habits. So he's changed his tune just a little bit, and he's like, "You're a weird guy. Lean into that. If it'll separate yourself, it might help." So
Yeah.
uh, I have a real problem with golf culture. Like, just I've always felt it's stuffy, and I mean that's just my experience. Like, I grew up in all sorts of different places. Like Falcon Lake was where I learned the game, so
Okay.
that's a public beach course, right? Like
Yeah.
I wore a basketball jersey and a wet swimsuit and bare feet to play.
Yeah.
And then I went to Southwood, like the old Southwood, which was like kind of a private course. So that's where I learned like dress code, met a lot of great people there, and I
Hmm.
learned the fundamentals. But you know what? There's something about golf where it's still just a lot of folks are just a little stick up their ass. So
Sure.
yeah, it's important to me to just have fun with it. And I'm not trying like I promise my intentions are good, but it's not up to me to decide like if it's funny or if it's whatever. Like I just post it and then it's gone and I don't think about it. So I know
Yeah.
like getting in the comments is not great. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
toxicity to some of this stuff, but I think I can handle it. And I also know that if I can show any sort of personality in a world like in a culture that's kind of just plain, like a lot of these guys, like you watch Full Swing, some of these guys are just
Right.
they're
Oh
at the
yeah.
top of the game, but it's like, why am I watching Colin Morikawa pick out clothes right now? Like, sorry,
Boot
and it's nothing
pick,
against, yeah.
pick out boots for his dog.
Oh, I know there's nothing
Yeah.
against him, but it's just like he
Yeah.
just doesn't have that edge or any sort of personality. And it's not a knock. It's just that sometimes that's what it takes to make it. You just got to be like a flatliner or just singularly focus. I have a bit more to give in that space. Like I think you know, I got other interests and I'm trying to branch out, but you know,
Well,
we'll see what happens.
it's evident that your golf IQ is high as it relates to the golf swing in particular. Who was your
Mm,
like mentor or who helped you along the way
right.
with that?
Well, I'll go through everyone. So I've been so fortunate to work with a lot of great people.
Hmm.
So I learned the game at Falcon Lake. My dad built me like a little 6 iron. It was actually a blade. It was an old blade. So hot take, everyone should start the game with blades because you learn how to hit it properly.
Yeah.
There's no feedback or there's the feedback is high, right? Like if you miss a blade,
Oh yeah.
you know, you know right away. So I have a thing where I say, hey, like let's get folks into blades for the first year that they play the game, and if they last the full year, then they can play whatever they want. Yeah. So I
It's a
don't know.
good
It's
rule.
kind of weird, but I learned the game at Falcon Lake. Like I did what's called junior lessons there, like junior clinics.
Hmm.
So Jeff Highland taught me the grip. He
Yeah.
got me he got me the baseball grip, like the
Okay.
thumbs down. I
Yeah.
was kind of like this before, like I don't
Right.
know, like a baseball bat. But we got the thumbs out. Um, and then I got a job there on the range at 11, I think. And I would work that like barely work. I would just hit balls and then pick them up. That was kind of what
Yeah.
I did for 8 years, 8 summers. Sandy Kursiba was there, who's a
Hmm.
great player and he's a big personality.
Oh yeah.
Fellow bald guy. That was my first. That was my first. That was my first exposure to like a bald man. So I really learned a lot from Sandy. He's got some good hands, you know. And the only
Check.
thing I really took though is like trust your hands. That was kind of what I took away from Sandy, because he's a great player and a great trick shot artist, a great showman.
Right. Yeah.
And his strength was ball striking too. Like, I'm certain he would often say, like, if he could putt, he would have been great. So, but lots of guys say that. I say
Sure.
that. Let's keep going though. Like, and I was at Southwood, and this is like my first formal coach was Tom Kinsman.
Yeah, he's
like Tom. Tom worked with like some elite players. The best player from the generation before me, I want to say, was Mike Keast, who was like pretty good player, played for Team Canada when Manitobans didn't really do that. I think he worked with Jill Hardy. So I don't know, like good players. And he's so kind to juniors at Southwood that it was simple. And he saw me, like I was a quiet, depressed kid, and he kind of just helped me out.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I worked hard. I worked really hard. Like I would go to the range and just stay there all day. And you know, he was the one that kind of was like, hey, you gotta go play a bit more.
Yeah.
He taught me. He had a quote that I use all the time. It's, a golf professional is always prepared. So in his mind, like if you're a professional at anything, like if you're not prepared, then you're not a pro. So
Right.
it was a good lesson, and I apply that to how I learn golf courses and make sure my game's ready. I wasn't able to apply myself quite how I wanted before this year, so I'm playing catch up. I actually I reached out to Tom before I left. I think he's coming back to Winnipeg. I don't know though. Yeah, he went away for a bit. Yeah, I think he's coming back. So that's cool. That's really good for Manitoba golf.
Definitely.
And then I met Garth Goodbranson as a junior. Like once I started breaking par, I made their junior team, like the Monday putter team.
Yeah.
Then I played like a couple of years there, and I had such a problem in high school that I'm like, I don't want to go to college.
Okay.
I wanted to take a year off. Actually, my grade 12 year, I had such poor attendance that my high school math teacher, who was also my high school golf coach, fudged my attendance record so I could graduate. And not a lot of people know that, but I thought it was a nice thing to do. I think he knew I had some struggles, and I mean, I don't think I'm a bad person, but like, yeah, he really helped me out a lot. So Garth was also the coach of U of M, and I ended up going to U of M, but how I got there was kind of a mistake. So I wanted to take the year off and work on myself, but that wasn't an option with my parents. I either had to get a full-time job, pay rent, move out, whatever it is, or continue my studies. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I mean, I wanted to take a year off and like maybe play some golf, try to get a D1 scholarship somewhere. At the time, it was super bold because like, yeah, I could break par, but I just wasn't like a great player. So I took all summer and I registered for classes maybe in like end of August, like the day before school started. And I took just basket weaving that first year. Like U1, University One. That's still is that still a thing? So it's kind of,
I don't know. Yeah.
It's kind of a joke. Like guys with no direction, they kind of market it as like, hey, let's get you trying some stuff and then maybe you'll figure it out. But like, why are you wasting your money on this? Like, you can try stuff in other ways. Save a couple $1,000.
Right.
So I signed up for courses with zero intention of playing. I did call Garth about tryouts, and he's like, you missed him by a bit, bud. And the tournament schedule is starting the following week. And I'm like, all right, so I guess I'm going to university just for school. And then a player on the team quit, or he got transferred or whatever. A spot opened up. Instead of Garth taking the next player on the tryouts, he took me. So it was kind of like a nice thing that he did. And that was that. I played 5 years there. I mean, we get 5 in Canada, CIS, which I don't really agree with that. I think it should be the same, as because we're playing schools from the States. Like my super senior year, whatever you call it, is like I'm playing these freshmen, and it's like I'm so much better than them. It's not fair. But so then I was struggling. Like I wasn't a great player. Garth saw some potential, I think. And year 3 is when I kind of started to take off. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, there's so many guys that have helped me out. I'm gonna keep going. I actually have a quick story about year 3 of college. Do you remember the Australian PGA Pro John Senden?
Yep. Ball striking. One year, ball striker extraordinaire.
And he was a flusher. I really liked him. I actually used to wear sunglasses, kind of like him and Duval. Anyways, one summer he was contending in a tournament, and he was just like, "Oh, bay right," like really aggressively on camera. So all summer I was just doing that, like out of habit. And then in college, my very first hole of the tournament, I threw it like I hit a shot right at the pin. And I say, I'll be right. And the guys in my group thought I was Australian, and I
Yeah.
didn't correct them. I went the entire third year. I went the entire third year of college pretending to be from Australia, like a Garth found me on the streets of Brisbane,
Brisbane.
and brought me over to play golf in Manitoba. And
Oh
the
man.
thing is, like, we were playing schools from Fargo or like North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. So like
Yeah.
kind of conservative states. And you
Yep.
can mess with them so easily. Like they have no idea where Canada is. They know nothing about Canada. And it's like right
No.
there. It's so
Yeah.
funny. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
No
But
clue. Yeah.
yeah, so I actually won, I want to say 3 or 4 times that year. And like we've only played 6. And so it was a good stretch. And then the following year, my cover was blown in my first tournament. Josh threw me under the bus and said, "Oh, that guy's just been messing with you." So that ended my winning streak. Yeah. Anyways, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Derek Ingram,
Yeah.
he helped,
Of course.
he helped, like fan the Bisons with Garth. Like the two
Yep.
of them are very close. So DI is taken off. Like the first year I played Bisons,
Mm-hmm.
the first year I played Bisons, DI was his first year gone. So we never crossed paths.
Right. Okay.
But DI is elite, like one of the best coaches in the world. And
Mm-hmm.
it's proven at this point, like he knows
Yep.
what he's talking about, and he always makes time for me, even though like we've never met, and it's only because Garth, like I'm
Yeah.
tight with Garth.
That's
Or
awesome.
yeah, I mean there was times where I butted heads with Garth. Like he's pretty easy going, and sometimes
Yeah.
I thought I needed a kick in the ass or whatever, and I did snap at him once, and I felt really bad because he stopped watching me golf for like a couple
Mm-hmm.
years after that. Like on the course, he would go like sit in a corner and just kind of chill out, which
Yeah.
was great. Like I think that's the approach you take with your team, is just let them play and then you talk about it after. Like some of these coaches just get so hands-on in college golf,
Oh yeah.
and
Especially
it's like
down in the U.S. or in the guy's back pocket throughout the whole round.
yeah, it's not great. It's not great. But anyways, DI's been good. Garth actually watched me play golf this summer. I was really happy he came out to watch. So that was great.
Cool.
DI so generous with his knowledge too. Like I'll text him all the time, and he just responds. He has no reason to do that other than he's just a great guy.
Yeah.
I did implement a texting ban with him over the holidays because I was like asking too many questions. And he thanked me for that. And I did reach out to him recently about some putting stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna implement some aim point and change how I read greens because it's not working the way I'm doing it.
Okay.
So then, yeah, and then 2015, after that experience with Corey Connors, I'm like, I need to change my swing. So I can't believe I haven't brought this up yet, but my biggest influence in golf and in life is Matt Johnston. Like Matty J, have you heard of him? He played
Oh yeah.
professionally. He's
Yeah.
a fixture in the town. Like he's the man. So I met him when I was a very low person, and he took me under his wing. He exposed me like the pro game too. Like one time he took me out to Saskatchewan just to like watch and practice. Like I did the Monday shooter. No,
Yeah.
he did too. Yeah, we were both doing the Monday, and he was kind of teaching me about practice rounds. And yeah, so he did it the right way. Like he did all his fundraising. He incorporated, he did the whole thing where you do your due diligence, and I really respected that about Matty.
Yeah.
So I basically just took his stuff and copied it. And I'm like, if I can apply myself like that, I might have a chance. So
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, I haven't really done that until this year because I just wasn't mentally capable of doing that. But
Right.
Maddie introduced me to Corey. So Maddie's a St. Charles guy, and Corey is the pro there. And GM, I think I don't know his role there anymore. I know it's changing, but I was at St. Charles from 2018 till 2024 maybe. Like they were letting me practice there because I was working with him. So that's a pretty exclusive golf club in town. Like it's very
Mm-hmm.
expensive to join. I had a lot of supporters there too. So it was such a great place, and they've made so many changes the last,
Yeah.
like 5 years. Like that course is going to be so elite. Like their short game area,
That
like
Sitwell
incredible.
place, the Sitwell.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, it looks
it's
unreal.
all because Corey's like brilliant. and he's a
Yeah.
really smart guy. So I was working with him on my golf game.
Hmm.
He's very technical guy and very technical, like he uses technology. So we were using pressure mats. That's like a swing catalyst, body track. I think Terry Hashimoto, Winnipeg guy, came up with the pressure mat. So that's funny how that's all connected.
Hmm. Also,
And
a St. Charles guy.
yeah. So I actually never met Terry, but I respect his a lot of his endeavors. You know, he's an inventor type, and I really like that about people.
Definitely.
Yeah, Corey, it was so great. Like he was so kind to me, and I was very depressed and anxious when I was at St. Charles and wasn't playing great. So
Hmm.
the year that the members had to pay an extra 10K or something to pay for some of the renovations, they kind of told me to kick rocks because I was getting a free ride. So it didn't look
Right.
great, but he was generous enough to talk to Southwood. I think Rob
Hmm.
Guthrie is pretty big for me rejoining Southwood,
Yeah.
and that's where I've been the last 2 summers, and
Uh-huh.
it's great there. I really like Southwood a lot. Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
And it looks like
so Corey,
and it looks like you're
yeah. So
working
then,
with another St. Charles guy now, Stu Bannatyne.
so this summer I kind of did my own thing, and
Hmm.
then I had a lesson lined up with DI. Like he's so busy that it took me like months to figure out like for our timelines to match.
Yeah.
And it was coming in September, but I was registered for Corn Ferry Q School. And then I'm like, all right, I'm playing good. Let's do this the right way. Let's go see Stu for some like equipment because he's the best
Okay.
fitter on earth. Like that is a fact. This guy's dialed with clubs.
Really? Yeah.
So I've met him maybe once before this, and we played
Oh,
together at St. Charles. I remember playing with him and Derek East, who's another great talent. I think I mentioned him earlier. He won the AM, and he's so like good.
yep.
I'm gonna get distracted a lot. Like Derek East, Burke Weeb, Josh Whitting. Those were the three most talented guys from my era. So
Hmm.
Cockrell was probably the most established now. Like he's great. The other guy was Miles Sullivan, who's I don't know if he even plays anymore. I haven't seen him in years. But
Yeah.
like the amount of talent from my era, like I often hear from the guys the years before where it was like, well, we had the best. But no, like I mean, I've seen professional golfers just like the sounds that were coming off the club face from the guys I was playing with was like unheard of. Even our college team, like Bryce Barr, actually his contact sounded brutal. Like he could not hit the ball very good, but he's a really good putter and could score well. And he's
Hmm.
brilliant. Like he's a nephrologist. He's like an MD.
Yeah.
Scotty Mays, he
Yep.
shot a 62 in a college event. Like for us, that's kind of unheard of because like those are low scores. Then and he doesn't practice. He just plays golf. Like and he just
Hmm.
has fun and he's really talented. So, anyways, I was playing with Derek East and Stewie at St. Charles, and I think I want to say 69, kind of just ho hum, like it was like no mistakes, like just unassuming. And Stu commented like, "Hey man, that was pretty cool. Like I thought the way you were playing, it like I thought it was gonna be like 64, 65. Like you hit it great, you just weren't scoring." I'm like, "All right, sweet." And couple years go by, I hit him up to like go get some gear, and he's like, "Oh, you can stay with me." Like I'm a pretty thrifty dude. Like I need help. Like
Yeah.
he's like, "I'll put you up. I'll put you up while you're here." And we had some beers one night, and I'm just like, I need to be in this guy's orbit. And he's been generous enough to consult. We've only had one in-person lesson, but I
Yeah.
just send him videos, and he's like, he is a savant. I don't know. Like
Right.
I've run into maybe five people on in my years where it's like, whoa, this guy is on a different level, and he's one of them, and he's super kind. Like,
Hmm.
and he pumps my tires, which I like. I kind of need that. I kind of need a
Oh,
coach
why
who'll
not?
like
Right?
build me
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
for sure.
he builds me up. Like he does what's called the compliment sandwich, where it's like compliment,
Yeah.
criticism, compliment. So
Right.
that's cool.
Yeah.
But so those are like the golf influences. Oh, there's others like Shane Dick at Pine Ridge. I
Hmm.
worked there, and he was a former player.
Yep.
Very good golf IQ. Jason Ledke at Pine Ridge helped me out a lot too.
Hmm.
The folks at Niagara have always been kind, like Wade, Terry, Jay Ford. So Justin Ford was there for a bit, and then I hung out with him in Victoria. I took some time off in I want to say 2018, and I just went out and worked at Bear Mountain. So he was there, got me a
Okay.
job on the carts. I was
Yeah.
living out of my car in a parking garage, and then I would like shower in the locker room. Don't tell anybody that, but no, I'm not going back to work there. I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. I mean, it was only like 13 nights I did that, and then somebody found
Hmm.
out, and they're like, "All right, let's get an apartment together." So,
Yeah.
um, he was great. There's so many kind golf professionals, like club pros,
Hmm. For
and I
sure.
found in my experience, yeah, I found in my experience, like you need to care to make a difference in that world.
Yeah.
Like you need to care before you do anything. So all these guys that I've mentioned, none of them have charged me a dime. None of them. Like,
Hmm.
and that's just out of the goodness of their heart. Often
Yeah.
feel like I'm taking advantage of people. And I've had a hard time with some of these guys back home. I think the perception of touring pros or guys who are trying to play is that they're really entitled and that they're just looking for handouts. So I know that's the case. Like I've had a hard time. Like I don't, it is what it is. Like I spend money in other areas. I like to think I provide value in different ways, but
Hmm.
we all got to pay to do what we want. So that's the
Right.
unfortunate reality of golf is how expensive it is.
Yeah.
And I like to think these guys may see some talent, so they kind of they throw me a bone every now and then.
Hmm.
So going forward, like I'll never charge any friend of mine a lesson. Like just never will be the case. Like I get nothing out of that. I get way more satisfaction out of like seeing somebody catch one and be like, "Ooh, that's cool." So
Yeah.
uh, I do have some stuff in the works, like kind of an idea guy and not a lot of follow through, but I have a plan for just some instructional stuff, like maybe a coaching program and then like a high performance thing.
Yeah.
I have about 5 guys who've agreed to help out with that. So it'd start out with some online consulting, in-person practice. I think that's a huge thing for junior golfers is to practice with somebody who like kind of knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I might offer my services this summer to guys like, hey, let's go practice. I know like if I like them, I won't charge them, but if like
Yeah.
whatever,
That's
like
great.
well, we all gotta have some money come in. I realize that most people are
Absolutely.
economically motivated, and I'm not that way, so it's kind of hurt me.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah, man.
that's good. We'll watch for that. You mentioned the expenses. Asher Tour isn't cheap
Hmm.
either. What entry fee in
Oh
that
right,
is what,
yeah.
1,300 US
So I
an
pay
event?
1300 US. So this is the thing. I've been feeling good for about a year now, or I don't know. Yeah, a year. Let's call it a year.
Hmm.
This summer I decided like pursue this full time. Like I was like, all right, I'm feeling good. I'm either gonna start my career or I'm gonna rededicate myself to golf. So I chose
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah.
And it's because I was shooting good scores at home. Like
Right.
I know it's in there. So I'm like, if I can play more events, I'm certain something will hit. That
Hmm.
was my intention coming down here. I set up meetings back home for some sponsorship, and I scared some people off with my age. Like I'm 33. Everyone who's doing this is 10 years younger than me.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
I like to say I took 6 years there where I was just like I wasn't competitive, so maybe feel a bit more like I'm in my mid 20s. But I mean, you are what you are. That's golf, right? Like you are what you shoot.
Yeah. That's right.
So I realize that I realize I probably have another 5, 10 years of being able to hit the golf ball the way I do with my body. If I take care of myself, it might be longer. I'm going to try to do that going forward. Like I've had a hard time working out. I'm not a big workout guy. So I'm going to address some of those physical limitations this month. So you
Hmm.
mentioned Asher Tour expenses, right? That was how this
Yeah.
started. Uh,
Yeah.
it's 1,300 per event
Right.
and it's very top heavy. So you got to finish in the top 10 to make money. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, you could win. You can make 15 US, like 15K US. That'd be great.
Hmm.
But you don't really get anything out of this mini tour, right? It's just
Yeah.
reps, competitive
Yep.
reps, and experience. So
Hmm.
my intention was like, hey, let's play 4 of these, make some
Okay.
noise. Maybe some of these folks who I scared off with my age might change their tune and know that I'm
Yeah.
not talking out of my ass. Like I actually have some talent. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I kind of shit myself down here. And there were some reasons for that. Wasn't in a great headspace personally. Not going to get into that. I realized though the last couple days that I wasn't ready to give golf up. Like I thought if I found like a relationship or love or something, like maybe I wouldn't care much about golf, but I've realized that
Yeah.
I'm still pretty committed to golf. So I made some tough decisions this past week and this past tournament, I was a mess. Like
Oh
just
no. Yeah.
couldn't focus. I couldn't focus. Like I actually saw Braxton down here, and he had a really good event. I think he
Yeah.
played really well. I
Fin-
saw him, and
Finished top 10, I think.
he's yeah, he's like a human billboard right now with Winnipeg companies. So I hung out with him at Aaron Cockrell's thing last year. That's where I met him, and then we spent some time together in Sedona last winter, like
Okay.
for a mini tour event.
Yeah.
He's very eager kid. He's got it. Like I think he's got some pop. Don't know how well. Like again, I don't know how well I would vibe with everybody. Like that's the thing I'm learning is like I'm not for everybody. We have very
Hmm.
different opinions. Like that's one thing that's, you know, I'm
Yeah.
I'm starting to learn like just because I have a certain opinion of like how to live your life, someone might not feel the same way, and
Right.
that's fine. Like so for a while there, like and it was all like my own shit, like jealousy. Like I was I'm like, oh my God, look how much money's Braxton's got with all these
Oh,
sponsors. And like through my
okay.
tears of my own, like I was like
Right.
unwell. So I'm like, I couldn't see which companies he had on his shirt. And I'm like, and he played really well. So like clearly he's got the stuff. There's other guys that are doing this down here. I haven't really seen much though. Like I don't play with these guys. Like I didn't know they were down here until after. It's like, oh my God, these guys are playing the same event. That's
Like
just how it
Marco.
goes. Like we're all, yeah, we're all on our own path. Like
Hmm. For sure.
I remember watching Matty play back when he was doing it, and he said something that really stuck with me. He said a lot of the guys that are out here at this level are just trying to keep college golf going, you know?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
some of them have a lot of talent, some of them have the money. A lot of them just like to have a good time and practice together like they were in college.
Hmm.
Sometimes that works. Like if you get some guys who are like pretty motivated and applying themselves the right way, like you can build each other up. That's what happened to me in college. Like I saw
Yeah.
Josh Whitting every day and we got better. But
Yeah.
it's
What
hard
have
to
been
say. Like
some
I through us
what have been
like
some
some other
positive
guys that I hang out with.
no, what have been some positive
Oh, like with
takeaways
golf.
from the events you've played down there so far? I mean, it
Oh,
hasn't been all
just
bad.
my stats. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like my stats are fine. Like
Yeah.
I was putting statistically so bad just like to I normally do.
Hmm.
I shot so there are my scores. I'll just list them out. I've played
Yeah.
3 events, so that's I missed each cut. There's 3 events, 3 missed cuts.
Hmm.
The first event, I was 65, 74.
Yeah.
So I missed the cut by one. I actually three putted from like 10 feet on my last hole to miss by one. I didn't know where I was. And I like,
Hmm.
and that kind of messed me up being like,
Yeah.
what? I missed the cut. Like I went from fifth to, I want to say
Right.
35th. And like,
Right.
I didn't feel like I played any different the second day. I was just burning edges. And then I was behind a tree a couple times. So I had to pitch out sideways twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, the putt's obviously going to sting, but like those chip outs matter just as much as the putt.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
the following tournament, I decided to go dead weight, not like I have a thing where I kind of call it banging it in. And
Yeah.
if I get a birdie look where I can kind of see the hole in my periphery, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to make this. I'm going to bang it in. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
aggressive with short putts and I make more than I miss, but I missed one and it ate at me. So I'm like, all right, let's try dead weight for the next event.
Oh, okay.
And it was fine. Like I had for me, a poor ball striking week is probably 12 to 14 greens in regulation, which is
Hmm.
fine. Like I think average tour guys are around that.
Yep.
Uh, and I had such a poor week on the putting green that I've never done this before, but I had 36 holes where I had 36 two putts. So no three putts, but I didn't make a single putt. Like just
Holy shit.
everything was dead weight tap in, but
Yeah.
but I missed maybe two putts from 4 feet that just like hung on the edge.
Yeah.
And it ate at me,
Jeez.
so I was just starting
I
to
bet.
doubt everything. And
Yeah.
and then the third event is when I had some personal issues, and I implemented aim point the days leading up to the event. I like grinded my ass off. Like I haven't practiced like that in my life, like where I was
Hmm.
just there all day,
Yeah.
like, and like practicing so much harder. Like I would hit out of divots. I was using this new club where it's like it's really tiny, so like it's harder to hit, so that when I hit my clubs, it just feels easier. And I was doing drills that were like really hard to make contact. So like I went and played a practice round, but since I didn't compete or like play a game since my last event, I thought it'd be a good idea to touch cup 18 times
Yeah.
just to get the rhythm. And I think I shot 63. Sorry, here comes that cough I told you about. And so 63, that's pretty cool. And I made 0 putts. It was all tap ins, like knocking it stiff.
Jeez. Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. I'm like, if I hit it like that and putt somewhat normal, like this will be a good week. Unfortunately, my head wasn't in the right place and ball striking was good. Like if you look at my stats, I'm pretty elite in that regard.
Yeah.
If I miss a green, sometimes I'm short-sighted. I found that some of my misses aren't in the right spots. So what I'm taking away from this little stretch is that professional golfers, like they all miss it all the time. Like I miss shots. I miss shots pretty much every single time. But it's where it misses, right? Like a lot of the time it's a tuck pin. They'll miss to the center of the green. They'll miss short. Like they'll never screw themselves over. It's always like an easy up and down.
Right.
A lot of the times when I miss greens, it's kind of difficult. So I'm trying to do a better job of picking my spots to attack. I talked to a very elite ball striker last year, actually. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't know if he wants his business out there, but he's like at one point he was top 20 in the world. And he gave me some really good advice. Like if you know where it's going, attack all the time. Like just aim at every pin. Like if you know, like, and try to know before you play. So that was pretty cool. I sent him a swing too, and he's like, "That looks fine." It's kind of like that's the thing, right? Like you can
go with it.
You can swing it like trash and score good.
Right.
So I don't know if this guy wants his business out there, but I've been hanging out a lot with Jared Dutois down here in Phoenix. Yeah. So he's like probably the best golfer I've ever seen with my eyes, just talent wise. I watched him in college. So he was AC's teammate at Idaho, and then he went to ASU. He played in the Canadian Open as an amateur in the final group. So he's got some pop.
Oh yeah.
And I watched him in college. at ASU. He was playing with Rahm and this other guy named Max Rotliff, who the three of those guys were just studs. Like all of them were so good. So you know who Rahm is, right? Like everyone knows who John Rahm is. You go to the driving range. He was the least impressive by a lot, like out of those three, as far as their ball flight. Rotliff, I haven't played with him a whole lot. I think I've only played with him once, and I've just watched him. And he definitely doesn't know who I am. I was only there because of Cockrell. But like he's a robot, like German, just dialed dead straight, technically sound.
Right.
Then Jared would hit these towering draws, like just high bombs. So Rahm was like spinny slices.
Yeah.
And it's like visually, it's just Jared's the better player. Jared's the better player by a lot. And John's scores would add up to 62. Jared's would be 65. Both elite players, but we all know who John is. And I don't think Jared has status right now. And I don't know if he wants his business out there. I don't know how much more golf he's playing going forward. He's been at it a long time. And he's so good though. Like I just saw him last night. We were at this like outdoor driving range next to the Airbnb I'm at. Okay. And I really like Jared. He's kind of a grumpy dude. Like I'm a big fan of guys who like are passionate, and I still don't know if he likes me at all. Like I think he's just tolerating me.
You mentioned it though. He's been grinding a long time out there with no status right now.
So many of these guys do. And you know what? Yeah. And you know what? He's the best like that I've seen. Yeah. There's guys that are just like so good. So I tell this to a lot of people. There's 200 good paying jobs on earth where you can play the game, like where you're making a good living. Yeah. Like between PGA Tour and DP, there are probably, I try to separate it. Like, there's probably 5,000 guys on earth that have like the elite. They're just always good. And then there's probably 8,000 who are like close, 10,000 who could be good. There's 100,000 guys who could find it one week. And some of these guys just have a good week and then they're there, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
That's how it works. Yeah. Like if you get hot, you just kind of roll with it. And that's why we're all dreamers, right? Like everyone thinks you can do it, which is, I'm going to go back to like a little psych ward moment because I was spewing nonsense when I was in there. I told them that I was traveling North America out of my car playing professional golf. They thought that was the craziest thing I was saying. Like me being from Winnipeg, I was talking about being in the jungles of Guatemala playing golf at a base of an active volcano and then having like an anxiety attack down there. They're like, have you ever had an anxiety attack? I'm like, yeah, I was playing golf like a couple months ago in Guatemala. And they're just like, oh my God, this guy's out of his mind. And then we had this meeting with my mom and she's like, oh, that happened. Like he lives out of his car. He's pretty much a hobo. And
Right.
you're like, okay. So I realize it's a unique life, and all these
Mm-hmm.
guys who are trying to do what I'm doing are incredibly delusional. Like you got to be. Like
Right.
I'm 100% an optimistic dreamer. Like
Yeah.
I know it's crazy, but you know what? Give me a couple years of feeling good. Something will hit. I'm
Yeah.
certain. So that's why I'm doing this. I made some tough decisions this past week. Um, and
What's
I'll
your
have
plan
to live
for
with that.
the
I feel like an asshole for being, yeah. Sorry, you
what's
kind
your
of cut
plan?
me off. I had something very profound I was going to say. I was going to say
Go ahead.
something very profound here. Uh, this is like the most selfish endeavor. Like, I realized how I was impacting other people and worried about other people, and my performance was really suffering. So I made a decision to focus on my performance, which I feel like a real asshole for doing that. Um,
Mm.
but I've slept on it. Like I think, like it's gonna hurt for a bit, but in a few weeks or maybe in a month time, like I'll probably know I did the right thing. I'm really sad. I think one day I'd like to be like a family guy, like
Yeah.
have a family, but right now I
Yeah.
just don't see that happening. I need to
Mm-hmm.
I need to make some changes for that to happen. So
Right.
as far as going, what were you going to say? You were going to ask what I was going to go do going forward.
Yeah, just the rest of 2026. I know there's another event next week on the Asher Tour. Are you going to be playing in that or?
Oh, right. No, I withdrew. Yeah, I withdrew from
Okay.
that. Uh,
Okay.
so you said 1300 US, 1300
Mm-hmm.
US.
Yeah.
I wanted to earn a check, try to get some sponsors, and keep going. Like competing, like being competitive is the key, right? You got to get into that flow. You got to make your casual rounds, like your tournament rounds, feel like your casual rounds.
Yeah.
I had 3 events where my headspace wasn't good. Like if I tee it up next week, I would need the stars to align to like make money. So I'm like, let's use this entry fee for rent for February. So
Right.
I don't have any accommodations set up, but like
Okay.
I'm looking to stay here. Yeah,
Down in
like not at this
Arizona.
place. I got an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
But as
So
far as that, like I'm gonna do Corn Ferry in the fall. Like as long as I peak for the fall, that's kind of my goal. I've registered for America's Tour Q School. That's in March. So the plan is like a month of practicing like I did the last week, where I just do it all day, every day. Like
yeah.
just work harder than everybody, and maybe that'll get my mind right. You know, maybe if I know that I'm putting in the work, I'll just trust it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's some merit to that. And if you can't tell by this, I'm a very impulsive person and I talk a lot, but I prefer, like, they get so much negative connotation, like being impulsive. I prefer to say I'm just trusting my gut. I'm just trusting
Yeah.
my gut.
Well,
There's a lot
I
of
mean,
merit to that. I think you got to follow your gut. And then the backside is like, I've really struggled. So maybe it's not working. Maybe I need to be more calculated and listen more. So you've said 0 words in this hour. I apologize for hijacking your podcast,
no,
but
this is,
I've had a real
I,
hard time sharing this. I've had a real hard time sharing this message or this story. I had like this guy. So I don't
mm-hmm.
want to like badmouth anybody, but like I had a few like be very, very interested, and like we interviewed, we did the thing, and
Yeah.
they kind of ghosted me after it. And like the subject matter was good. I thought it was whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe we can cut that part of out. Like I just don't want. But it was very difficult that
Yeah.
because I think it's a good message. Like, and I don't know any professional athlete that's kind of done that. You know, a lot of the times you just hear when it goes really sideways. So I
For
prefer
sure.
to say like it went sideways, but I learned from it, and now I can maybe use this as a way of helping folks. Like I want to start talking to schools, like implementing some mindset techniques to like kids, because the way people talk about mental health, it just isn't great. Couple buzzwords are like stigma,
Right.
sure, but like you just gotta be open, and a lot of the time it's understanding yourself and your own insecurities. I had like a wall and it was knocked down this year, so I feel good
Yeah.
about it, but alone
Yeah.
time
No.
time will tell, right? Like maybe, yeah, who knows.
Well, I think it's a good message, like you said, and I do appreciate you coming on and discussing
Hmm.
your journey. And I think there's a lot of
Yeah,
people rooting for you, Charlie. And I think I'm happy to hear that you're sticking to it for at least another month, and you got a plan moving forward. So there's people in your corner.
Right.
So keep working hard.
Well, I appreciate that. I got one thing I want to share before you go. Like this is
Yeah,
like a nice heartwarming thing.
for sure.
So this is like my prized possession right here. It's a little map
Yeah.
cover.
Nice.
So my
Okay.
uncle, my mom's brother was a cowboy. Like they grew up on a little farm out in Manitoba, and he was like a horse guy. Like he was training horses, he was roping, he did everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was like very unwell with cancer, passed away in 2017 maybe. I can't remember which year, but he was very unwell, and he did leather work as a hobby, and he didn't do it for years because he was sick. But then one day he got up and he made this for me. Like just one
Nice.
day, like he had no energy, he just got up and did it. He was a
Yeah.
man of few words, which is surprising because I'm a man of a lot of words. But he taught me a lot, and that gesture like kind of set me straight in a time where it was like not great. So
Mm-hmm.
super pumped to like have this with me. I don't let it out of my sight. Like it's so fun to like have something on me at
Yeah.
all times. It just makes me feel good. So that could be a useful thing. Like I like, guys have sentimental ball
Yep.
markers or whatnot, but that's mine. It's just a little map cover. So yeah,
So you use
it's
that,
pretty cool.
put your scorecard in there and green sheet and everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like pin sheet. So I am actually not a big pin sheet guy. This is so
Okay.
outrageous. Like guys love knowing their numbers and like paces.
Mm-hmm.
So like I like knowing where it is, and then I like to know more like my middle numbers and like carry numbers. And a lot of the times when I know where the pin is and like where the miss is on the right, usually they're tucked, right? So it's like I get way too conservative and I aim way too far away from pins.
Yeah.
Clearly it's not working because my scores are not great. So maybe I should be a pin sheet guy. But I
Well,
keep a yardage book in here. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
momentum.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Charlie. We're a little over an hour here.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on. Yeah.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah. We could do
good
the
luck
long
moving
form
forward.
anytime you want to do like a.
We'll get Bevy on and we'll do
Sorry
another
to
one.
keep cutting you out, bud.
No, you're good.
Yeah, and if you want swing advisement, I'm your guy. So anytime you guys need help or anything, like I'll help you guys out. Bevy's got some pop, eh? He's pretty good.
He does. Oh yeah.
Have you played with him, eh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's got some talent. I
Yeah, he's got
kind of
some
wish
pop in
he
his
was
bat.
on because he could attest like how different I could have like I was last year compared to this year.
Right.
Yeah, he's a bright guy. I like anytime I get to see Bevy, it's such a treat. So
yeah.
hey, thanks for having me on. I'm sorry it kind of went a little haywire and a little long, but
no, you're good.
Tension was good.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Charlie.
All the
good
best,
luck.
Brian.
We'll chat soon.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right, thanks.